Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Gaming with me, Tony Mo, and we're here today kicking off the week with a bit of live commentary. I gotta be honest, guys, I'm pretty rusty. I really have been away from Titanfall 2 at this point for a very lengthy period of time. I've got a lot of work to get back in the groove of things, but hey, at least I can still throw a Firestar straight. On the other hand, I'm not entirely sure about my accuracy with the alternator. My accuracy in general right now seems to be on the lower spectrum of things, but we'll see how we can manage, alright? We're gonna do a little bit of hunting, because that guy thinks he's gonna get a nice big juicy flank on our team. And I'm simply not going to allow it. Or I almost did allow it. It's okay, he's dead. We got one enemy remaining. Somebody on our team has got the flag, and we pull it in for the first round victory. Now, I actually want to talk a little bit today. As per usual, I do have a discussion piece for today's commentary. Who would have thought Tony brought a piece of discussion to his live commentary? What a surprise. I actually took a look at some of my statistics, right? And I really haven't played Titanfall 2, you know, except like here and there for the last 2 weeks. So I haven't really looked at my stats, just kind of see where things were, because not that I'm so concerned with my personal stats, but I always think it's interesting to kind of look at what's going on with the stats, because I think sometimes that can kind of correlate to the community in some instances. And I think what we're starting to see is that the community as a whole, apart from me being unable to wall run, is becoming much better at Titanfall. You know, I'm seeing a lot more close matches, which is, to me, like, that's what it's all about at the end of the day, right? Like, I want close matches. I want matches where it's down to the wire, my team could win and lose at any second. That's the stuff that I like, right? That's what I'm all about. Oh, so close. Could've got that guy. Hopefully somebody cleans him up. And what I've noticed is that my win-loss ratio has been going up quite substantially now. I don't think it has anything to do with my personal skill, although I've definitely gotten a little bit better over the last several months. I think it actually just has a lot to do with the community skill. I'm seeing a lot more matches where I look at the leaderboard at the end of the game, and regardless of where I am, I'm sitting among at least 3 to 4 people who are all in high double digits. So I'm not having a lot of matches where I'm, quote-unquote, carrying the team as much as Tony Mo can carry with like 20 to 30 kills. I'm having a lot more matches where I'm sitting at like 10 to 15, but there's like 3 or 4 of the people on my team with 10 to 15 kills as well. So we're getting big team victories is what's happening. And team victories, in my opinion, that's what I want to see. That's what it is all about. The more of those that I see, you know, the happier I'm going to be with my overall Titanfall 2 experience. Nice try. He almost got me anyways. So I think, you know, I'm seeing a lot more of that, and that's really what's causing my win-loss ratio to go up, is that I'm winning more matches because the matches themselves are closer, and I'm also in a situation where more of my teammates are performing better than they normally would. So it's easier for us to make that final push to get those victories. You know, I don't feel like the matchmaking is so off anymore, which is interesting because it's not like the numbers have dwindled massively for the community. We've definitely kind of seen things settle down. You know, I think the release of Glitch in the Frontier helped quite a bit. We've still got some good numbers on the Xbox One, and as far as I know, the PlayStation 4 has done really well from people that I've talked to. So, you know, player numbers are still in a great place. It's not like all of a sudden it's just this condensed version of the community, and that's why it seems like everybody's gotten better. No, I think the people who are playing the game have just, you know, if you're still here at this point, you're probably pretty passionate about Titanfall 2 as a gameplay experience. So a lot of people are looking to really elevate their game, to step up their game, and I don't care what people are using. I don't care what weapons they're using to get there. I don't care what tacticals they're using. People are doing well. The matches are closer each and every time I play, and that's all I really care about. That's what excites me. Close matches are what it's all about. In fact, one of the reasons I stepped away from the original Titanfall was because I felt the game severely struggled in the matchmaking department. And one of the biggest issues I had with it, I'm surprised that guy didn't just come to, like, slaughter me at that point. That was odd. One of the biggest issues I had was that, like, you know, if I played with the team especially, it would just be a slaughter. And even solo queue, you know, it just, there wasn't a lot of people playing, and I felt like the matches were never close enough. They weren't down to the wire, which is what I wanted to experience. Oh, you gotta love the alternator in situations like that. A little bit of a whoop, whoop, right over the edge and pop, pop, pop. Get those last couple kills. This guy going in for that final spray, taking his teammates out. So, yeah, Titanfall 2, it was nice to come back, right? Having not really played it, you know, being away, to come back and to play Glitch a couple times, and despite the deterioration of my own personal skills, so to suddenly see all these really close matches I was having, and just be like, wow, this is This is great. I mean, it's not 24/7. It's not every match I hop into is down to the wire, but it's a reasonable number of matches that are really quite close, and that's pretty dope. That was actually a hollow pilot that guy sent out. It really looked like I didn't really see the name, so it looked like it was just two teammates kind of doing their thing, you know? Ooh, he's way up there. Good call. Good call, dude. I see you now, so you better resituate yourself, because I'm coming for the kill, man. I'm coming for the kill. I can't tell if that was Elvis Presley or... I don't actually know. Bad impressions are bad impressions, what can you say? Bad impressions make my day, though. I don't know why. They make me smile. I'm all about them. If you want to be friends with Tony Mode, just spit some bad impressions and you're in the club. Okay, trying to get in my face. The Yoshi art! It's always fun when you see names on Xbox Live anywhere, right? Gamer tags that seem kind of just straightforward. You know, they don't have, like, numbers in them or X's all over the place. I think he actually had a 0, but regardless, it was just Yoshi art. Yoshi! And that was the end of that. I think one of the great things about the last week, you know, the release of Glitch in the Frontier, number one is this map. To me, Glitch is like, it's such a quintessentially Titanfall map that it's kind of, in a lot of ways, it's rekindled, I guess, you know, my fun factor for Titanfall. Not like it wasn't there, but it's maybe, how did I want to say this? It's stoked the flames. There we go. That's the best word for it. It stoked the flames quite a bit. These guys are just letting themselves get flanked. I'm trying to talk about close matches, and this team just got absolutely hosed. I feel kind of bad, but at the same time I don't, because I'm having a good time, and that's all that matters. I think we won. Is that the end of it? Is it over that quickly? I think we won. I didn't actually run any flags that time. Glitch is probably, I think, one of the harder maps to run the flag, because you end up with, like, just a huge choke point in the center of the map with live fire. Which I guess I really actually like. I think it's a really interesting aspect of Glitch that I totally dig. Well, there you have it, guys. I think we all need to pat ourselves on the back as a community. I really do think that the player base as a whole has improved exponentially, in my opinion. I'm seeing just better decision making. I'm seeing people with better aim. Again, I don't really care what weapons people are using. It's just, I feel like each and every time I hop into Titanfall 2, these days, the experience is more down to the wire more of the time. Even if it's not all of the time, more of the time. And I think that that's a good thing for the community going forward, because if we're having close matches, and it's not just this constant stomp fest one way or the other, well, people are more likely to hang around and continue to play the game. So, there you have it, guys. Bit of a rough, patchy commentary from me. I'm getting back into the swing of things. It turns out the gameplay was actually quite good. The other team, on the other hand, needed to focus a little bit more on their positioning. I guess if any of you guys on the other team happen to be watching this video, the number one thing you guys did wrong was your positioning. You were always bunched up. You weren't making use of the mobility aspects of Glitch. You weren't on the walls. You weren't using those opportunities to perform flanks. You guys saw me more than once, more than twice, more than 5 times probably, get as high as I could. There's a lot of those upper ledges on Glitch that you can hang out on temporarily, even though you're outside of boundaries. Those are a great place to get positioning, to get vantage points, and then to consider your next move. If you're hanging down in the gallows there way on the bottom, you might as well be standing in lava, because I can see you. I'm up here, and I'm gonna come swoop down on you like an owl hunting for prey. So keep that in mind on Glitch. You know, height advantage, verticality is a really powerful tool on that map. That's it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully some more Titanfall 2 dropping this week. I'm looking to get back into streaming, so keep an eye out for me. I might be dropping some surprise streams throughout the course of the week. Some of those might include some PlayerUnknown's Battleground, because I've been playing a bit of that in my free time. All in all, I'm ready to get back into the swing of things. And, yeah, I hope you guys are too. I hope you've been enjoying Glitch. Let me know your thoughts on the idea of the community getting better. Is that something that you're recognizing as well, or is it just in my own little crazy world? Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, remember to play smart, remember to play to challenge yourself, but most importantly, remember to play for fun.